Good evening, students. Just confirm once in the chat box. Am I audible to everyone? Good evening, students. Just confirm once in the chat box. Okay, great. So now I'm Rohit from Talent Battle and I welcome you all. This is our second video that we are conducting for Flipkart Grade 5.0. As you all know, already the slots have been started for the examinations, and again we are back with actual exam questions. So we will be discussing few questions today in this video that will definitely going to help you. So let us start with the first question. Read the question carefully and try to understand what exactly they are asking. All the fundamental parameters you have to work on. So the question is, John and Jonathan have found an array ARR1 whose size is 5 and elements given are 67, 12, 90, 23 and 34. Both of them want to sort it. John uses selection sort and counts that for how many times the outer loop has run and stores the count in x1. Okay, so I will just summarize the things. John is using selection sort here, just analyzing the question, and how many times the outer loop has run, that count he is going to store in x1. The second person, Jonathan, is using modified bubble sort. So second person is Jonathan, who is using modified bubble sort. So if you are aware about the selection sort and modified bubble sort, it will be easy for you to solve this question. And he is also maintaining the count that how many times the outer loop has run, and he has stored the count in x2. So what they have exactly asked us, what will be the value of x2 minus x1? Now, selection sort and modified bubble sort, you need to understand how exactly this sorting algorithm works. So in selection sort, the outer loop will iterate over the array to find the minimum or maximum element and swap it with the current element at every iteration. This is the working mechanism of selection sort, and both of them want to sort it. So if you have to sort an array whose size is 5 using selection sort, and if we use the mechanism, we will get an idea that the outer loop is going to execute for 4 times. If I am using selection sort. Now, how this 4 times is calculated? The reason behind this is, if we discuss in generalized manner that if we have an array of length n, and definitely in that aspect, selection sort is going to take n minus 1 passes to sort the array. And in every pass, the outer loop is going to select the smallest or largest element from the unsorted portion of the array, and it will place it into the correct position. So if we take the same example, what they have provided. In pass 1, we will find the smallest element out of provided. So 67, then 12, 90, 23, and 34. These are the given elements. We will find the smallest element from the remaining 4 elements. One we will have for comparison, right? And then we will swap it with index 0. So 12 is the smallest element here. So 12 will be swapped at index 0. Then in next pass, we will again find the smallest element from remaining 3, because already the first element is sorted here, and we will swap it with index 1. So next smallest element is 23. So it will come at index 1 in second pass. In third pass, we will find the smallest element from the remaining 2 and swap it with the index 2. So 34 will come. Then last, we will again have the smallest element from the remaining element and we will swap it with index 3. So that will be 67. And at the end of the fourth pass, you will see the array is been sorted. The maximum element is already there in the last. So if we go with the selection sort approach, we come to know that if there are n elements in the array, n minus 1 will be the execution of outer loop. And in our case, it is 4 times. Now let's take the second part, that is modified bubble sort. In the modified bubble sort algorithm, the outer loop will iterate over the array repeatedly, comparing the adjacent element. That is the technique of bubble sort. And swapping them if they are not in the intended order. So if again we have to sort the array of size 5 using modified bubble sort, my outer loop is going to execute 5 times. Because if we compare with the normal bubble sort, modified bubble sort is actually the improved one, which is keeping a track whether any swaps are already made during the pass. And if there are no swaps during the pass, it means the array is already sorted and algorithm can terminate. So if I have to sort an array of 5 elements, in case of modified bubble sort, it will take 5 iterations. Now we got the values of x1 and x2, that is x1 is 4 and x2 is 5. So they have asked us x2 minus x1, and that will be 5 minus 4 equals to 1. Got it? So here the final answer will be option A. I hope this is clear to everyone. And parallelly, you can solve the questions and you can just drop your answers in the chat box. Now let us move ahead to the next question. Question number 2. It is based on the stack functionality. Consider a stack of size n where n is greater than 10. What will be the topmost element of the stack after following operations? And the series of operations are provided to us. First operation is pop. We know that pop functionality will remove the item from the stack. Then second operation is push, which will insert the element 4. Then again pop functionality. Then 2 consecutive push functionalities for element 3 and element 5. And then pop functionality. So if you perform all these operations in the provided sequence, the question is, what will be the topmost element of the stack? Now come on, quickly work on this and put the answer in the chat box. Parallelly, I will be also solving it. Now if we consider the given sequence, first is pop functionality. They have mentioned about the size. So if I perform directly pop functionality, because there is no preceding push operation, the pop operation is not possible because my stack is empty. So it will generate an underflow error in this case. After that, I am performing push. So in my stack, which is empty, 4 is the element which will get inserted. After that, again, you are performing pop functionality. So now we already have the element in the stack. So that will be removed. So 4 will be out of the stack. And again, my stack will become empty. Next, 2 push functionalities in consecutive aspect, that is 3 and 5. So first 3 will be inserted, then 5 will be inserted. And then you are performing one more pop functionality. So the element which is present at the top, that is 5, will be removed. So 5 is removed. And now the current status of my stack is only single element, which is 3, and that is the top of the stack. So after performing the given operations, the topmost element of the stack will be 3. And that is your option C. So those who are aware about the functionality of stack, they can easily work on it. Yes, Paras. There are some of the questions which are very of easy level. So I have mixed some questions of easy level, and code snippet questions also were there. Yes. So we'll try to cover maximum. Moving ahead, next question. Consider a string and the cost of the string is calculated by the number of vowels and consonants which are present in the string. Each vowel will cost $5. So vowel will cost $5 and each consonant will cost $3. This is already given in the problem statement. And they have asked, what is the cost of the string binary search? This is the string that they have provided. Now to calculate the cost of the string binary search based on the scheme, what they have given, like vowel will have $5, consonant will have $3. We need to first count the number of vowels and consonants which are present in the string. So according to the string, that is binary search, I will first count the number of vowels. That is I, then A, then E. You can go sequentially. Okay, see, I is there, A is there, after that E is there, and again A is there. Means 2 times A has occurred in the provided string. So 4 vowels, if I consider them in duplicate values. Okay, so we have to cross check the final answer. Then consonants remaining, that is B, N, R, Y, S, again R, C, and H. So 8. Now working on the cost factor. If 5 vowels are there, means $5 for each vowel. So 4 vowels multiply by 5. That will give me 20. Then 8 consonants multiply by 3. That is 24. So add this. This will give you $44. Got it? As it is not mentioned in the problem statement that whether we have to consider the vowels only once or whether we have to consider the consonants only once. So we are not applying that case. We have to just consider the string and the cost will be calculated based on the number of vowels and consonants which are present in the string. Each vowel will cost $5 and consonant will cost $3. Now suppose I consider only the vowels which are not repeated. Like suppose here A is twice, right? So I will consider only one. So in that case, it will be 3 vowels. And if I consider the consonants also, avoiding the repetitions of R here, right? So that will become 7 vowels. So 3 multiplied by $5 and 7 multiplied by 3, right? So this is 15 and this is 21. So that will be 36. But this option is not present. Means as they have not mentioned anything in the problem statement about consideration of the vowels, whether it is repeated or not. But for the sake of cross-checking the provided cases, we are just trying to calculate this portion. Okay. So final answer will be $44. Option number D. Move on to the next question. Now try to solve this. what will be the value of the top and bottom elements of the stack after minus operation when the below mentioned expression is being solved. So expression is given to us. We have to solve it using stack, and final result will be the top and bottom elements. So go step by step. First, we have to evaluate the postfix expression, what is given to us: 6, 3, 2, multiplication, then division, 3, 2, 1, multiplication, and then minus. But we have to work only till after minus operation. So first thing, we have to push 6 onto the stack. So I will maintain the stack value parallelly here. Now my stack will be only single element, that is 6. Then next is push 3 onto the stack again. So 3 will be at top. This is my top reference, okay? And 6 is already there. Then again push 2 onto the stack till I am getting the digits, numbers. So 2 is at top, then 3, and then 6. Then we got multiplication. So when we got multiplication, we will perform the operation on the latest 2 topmost elements. So 2 multiplied by 3, that is 6. And now my stack will be 6 and 6. After that, there is division operation. So again, we have to pop 6 and 6 from the stack, and we have to perform 6 divided by 6, which is equals to 1. And push this result again onto the stack. So now my stack is having only single element, that is 1. After that, 3. So again, we have to push this 3 onto the stack. So 3 will be at the top, 1 is here. After that, we have 2. So push it again, 2, 3, 1, and then 1 again. So again, we will push 1, 2, 3, and 1. This is the current status of my stack. Now we are encountered with multiplication again. So again, perform the multiplication on the topmost. So 1 multiplied by 2, that is 2. So my stack will be 2, 3, and 1. Then minus operation. So 3 minus 2, that is 1, 1, and 1. Now I will stop here because they have mentioned what will be the value of the top and bottom elements of the stack after minus operation. Because if you perform plus operation, you will have only one single value. So 1 and 1 are my values for the top and bottom elements of the stack. So option A is the correct answer here. Aman, just cross-check your answer. Let's move on to the next question. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video also, that there will be some questions based on Flipkart, different operations and different applications also. Now, this question is based on Flipkart's Startup Accelerator Program. So question is, what is Flipkart's Startup Accelerator Program called? And they have provided us option Flipkart Leap, Flipkart Jump, Flipkart Accelerator, and Flipstart. So if you have done a little bit of research about their applications and different programs, what Flipkart have already launched, you will definitely get the answer for this. So the answer for this question is Flipkart Leap. That is option A. I will give you a little bit idea about this program. Flipkart has identified different 5 themes through which they are shortlisting highly potential startups. This is for helping new and upcoming startups like e-commerce. And the program what they have announced for this is a Flipkart Leap. As you all know that Flipkart is India's leading e-commerce platform, which has already announced this Startup Accelerator Program for boosting the growth of innovative startups, especially tech-based startups. And what they are going to do in this program, like they will be selecting startups for different kinds of mentorships, capital and resources, and will develop the highly competitive market. So little bit of research about the applications of Flipkarts will help you to solve this question. So answer is option A, Flipkart Leap. Next question. This is based on the blockchain technology. What is the concept of consensus in blockchain? Now, those who are working on blockchain technology, they can provide the answer. Yes, Ram, correct answer. Now, consensus is actually a mechanism in which a system is validating a transaction, and based on the results of that validation, it will mark whether that transaction is authentic or not. And this consensus mechanism is going to list all valid transactions of a coin in a blockchain. Why it is required? Because we have to build the trust among the traders. And there are several currencies where we will see this particular mechanism is utilized. And another advantage is for security reasons also. So if we apply this information based on the provided options, you will see the second option, like the process of validating and agreeing on transactions among the network participants, is the best matching answer with the question requirement. Other options what they have provided is about your sharing of the data on the network, then encryption of the data and synchronization of your node for seamless data transfer. Those are also part of blockchain technology, but those are not matching with the mechanism of consensus, because consensus is referring for the processes actually where network participants will come to a agreement where validation and order of your transactions will be added. So the best answer, which is matching with the requirement, is option B here. The process of validating and agreeing on transactions among network participants. Okay. Now, next question is regarding code snippet, and very easy question they have asked actually. If you are aware about the basic for loop iterations and array operations, then easily you can solve these questions. Even in most of the fundamental questions also, you will apply this logic. So very easy question. Consider the following code snippet regarding arrays and identify its output. So go step by step. According to the code snippet, they have declared an array of size 3, where the elements are 10, 20, and 30. The index positions, suppose I value is pointing to index, so index will start from 0, 1, and 2. Now, for loop is initialized from I is equals to 0 and I less than 3 and I plus plus, normal forwarding for loop. And inside the for loop, we are printing the element which is pointed by array of I. Simple. So when I is equals to 0, and the condition check will be 0 less than 3, which is true. So we will be executing the statement which is inside the for loop, that is array of 0. So array of 0 is nothing but 10. So 10 will be printed. Then I will be incremented to 1, 1 less than 3. This is also true. So array of 1 will be printed, that is 20. And then I will become 2, 2 less than 3. This is also true. So one more iteration, array of 2 will be printed, and that is 30. After that, I will become 3, and 3 less than 3 is false. So loop terminates. And then you will come outside the loop, program ends. So what is your output? The array elements are printed in the simple iterations 10, 20, and 30. And in one single line, if you see the format of cout, it is printed in one single line, right? So which option is exactly matching? Option number B is matching. So option B is correct here, 10, 20, and 30. Yes, Sheikh. That is what I said earlier. We are actually conducting the exam questions. So option B is correct. Smruti, just check your answer. It's the simple iteration over the array elements. That is the logic. Move on to the next question. Question number 8. The snippet is little lengthy, but again, it is very basic, fundamental, simple while loop is there. And go step by step. Try to solve this question. The code is provided to us and output is expected. It's a C++ code. So in main function, they have declared 3 integers, x, y, and z. The value initializations are also done. Z is equals to 4, x is equals to 5, and y is equals to 9. So all 3 variables have the values x is equals to 5, y is equals to 9, and z is equals to 4. Then while loop is being added based on the condition while of minus x. This is nothing but the pre-decrement operator. And inside the while loop, again, they are computing the values of x, y, and z based on the given expression. So one by one, we will put the values and check how many times the iteration will work. And at the end of that iteration, we have to print the value of z. That is our final output. Okay. So let's start with the initialization of x, y, z. The values are 5, 9, and 4 respectively. Now my while loop will start with x is equals to 5. And that will be decremented because it is pre-decrement now. So while loop will start with x is equals to 5, but it will decrement the x by 1. So in the first while iteration, my x value will be 4. And which is true. Positive value means it is true. It is not 0. So it will go inside the loop and it will calculate x. X is equals to z plus 1 means 4 plus 1, that is 5. Then y is updated. Y is equals to x minus z. X value is updated. So that is 5 minus z value is 4. So y will become 1. Z is equals to y divided by 2. So y is 1 now. 1 divided by 2. That will give me 0. Now, already these variables are declared as integers. Okay. So the result of the division, we have to consider only the integer value. The decimal part will be truncated. Now, again, the loop will continues next time. Because after the decrement, my value of x is still greater than 0, right? So in the second iteration, x will be decremented again. And that will be 3. Then going inside the loop, x is again updated, z plus 1, which is 0 plus 1. That will be 1. Again, y is updated to x minus z, which is 1 minus 0, that is 1. And z is updated to y divided by 2, which is again 1 by 2, 0. Again, the decimal part will be truncated. Now x will become 2. Inside the loop, x will be updated to z plus 1, which is equals to 0 plus 1, that is 1. Y is equals to x minus z, which is 1 minus 0, 1. And z is equals to y by 2, which is 1 half, 0. Now my x will become it's a pre-decrement. Now focus here. While of minus x. So it's a pre-decrement. So in this pattern, if you see every time the value of x is getting decremented whenever the iterations are happening. Now how long it will go in the same aspect? When my value of x will become 0. Now when x will become 0, my loop will terminate. And at that position, the value of z will be 0. Every time you see the value of z is getting 0 and same pattern will get continued. So the final output will be 0. So z will become 0, which is my final output, and expected option will be option A. So everyone got the same answer? It is pre-decrement. Focus on that particular operator. So it will decrement the value of x first, and then the updated decremented value will be considered for iteration. Initially, it is given as 5. Then decrement will happen, and then the value of x will be 4, 3, 2, 1, like this. That is what I'm saying, Harsh. It is pre-decrement. So decrement will happen first, and then the value will be considered. For again cross-check, if you want to do, just use this code and try and execute it. You will get the same results. But this is the logic, what I'm explaining. Okay. So option A is correct. Move on to the next question, the second last one. This is also simple one, but slight modification in the for loop. Again, array traversals. You might feel these very easy questions because these are actual questions which are asked. So CPP code is given to us and we have to predict the output of this code. Again, array is provided, size 4. The elements are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Indices 0, 1, 2, 3. I. In for loop iterations, I will start from 3, means my I is pointing here at 3, and which is greater than 0. So when I is equals to 3 and 3 is greater than equals to 0, they have seen. So yes, the condition is true. You have to print the position of array of I. Array of I means 3. So what will be the output? The element which is present at third index, that is 4. So 4 will be printed. Then I minus minus means decrement the I will become 2. 2 greater than equals to 0, condition is true. Print the element array of 2, that is 3. In the same manner, I will become 1. 1 is greater than equals to 0, true. Print array of 1, and that is 2. I is equals to 0. 0 is greater than equals to 0. Now, due to this equality check, boundary condition check, this is also true. And we have to print array of 0, that comes out to be 1. After that, I will become minus, and the condition will be false. Loop terminates. So final output is reverse of array. Simple logic, reverse of array. So 4, 3, 2, 1. That will be the output of this particular question, code snippet. And here the matching option is option B, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got it? No, Aman, there is no reason behind compile time error. Because the code is perfectly given to us. It is the simple logic of array traversal in reverse order. So it will not generate any compile time error. You can cross check it for execution. And option B is correct because it is in reverse. Shruti, again, you can check your answer. It is not a runtime error also. There is no reason for error generation. Go line by line. Whenever you have been asked with such questions of code snippet, important is to go with line by line execution. See, return is missing, but if we are not writing return in the normal code also, it executes. Na? So we have to consider the scenario that everything is provided in perfect manner, except if there is a syntactical mistake. If you are not writing return, then it will again generate. You try it, it will work. And then last question for today's discussion. Again, a code snippet is given, but if you observe, they are using here ternary, the case of ternary. So first analyze the line by line statement. What will be the output of the provided code? After header file inclusions, namespaces, main function, a value is initialized to 4. Then integer x is calculated as a greater than 2 ternary power of a comma 2, which is a power function, inbuilt function, colon a. This is the syntax. Now, if you observe, the value of x is calculated on a based on ternary conditional or ternary operator. Now, if you focus on the syntax of ternary operations, it is like condition is given to us, then the operator, and value will be considered if the result of the condition is true, and this value will be considered if the result of the condition is false. So if it is true, this value; if it is false, this value, and there is a colon in between, and this is the ternary operator. Now if we consider the value of a, which is given to us, that is 4, so my x will be 4 greater than 2. Now the result of the condition is true, 4 is greater than 2, means x will be assigned the result of first portion, that is power of a. So this will raise power a comma 2, means a to the power of 2. And suppose the condition is false, then it will go to the a value itself. Now, as per the code, the value of a is 4, 4 is greater than 2. So we will get power of 4 comma 2, and that is 16. So the final value of x will become 16, and that is what we are printing here. So final output will be 16. Again, if you want to cross check, you can execute the code. You will get the answer. Got it? So now if you observe, the questions are pretty easy if your fundamental logic is clear. So if you want to work on the simultaneous kind of cases, you can join the Talent Battles Masterclass. We have already covered all these fundamental topics with respect to different programming languages as well as DSA also. And I hope the content you will like, definitely like today's one. So don't forget to subscribe the channel and also ask your friends to join. We are always there with such kind of contents every time. So thank you everyone for attending this session, and all the best for those students who are having their exams in upcoming slots. These questions will definitely going to help you. Shruti, we have already conducted one video earlier to this. There also we have covered 20 to 25 questions. So you can visit the Talent Battles official YouTube channel. You will get that video. And I have added 10 questions extra, which are not repeated. These are fresh questions. We will try to make more videos on the specific domain of Flipkart, right? So if you do the analysis, you will definitely get the idea that if fundamentals are clear, easily you can solve these questions. There are some questions on data structures also. We have covered such questions in our first video. So you can visit the same.